Now for a look at your top 10 headlines in just 2 minutes. One man was shot and killed at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Lake Tahoe. The man was identified as Omar Garcia from South Lake Tahoe. Deputies arrested the suspect, Edgar Delgado, on Highway 50 in El Dorado County. He's been booked into jail on suspicion of murder. A woman who was in the car with him was also arrested for driving under the influence. One person was injured and 3 others were displaced by a fire at a house in Fair Oaks. Metro Fire says it started in the kitchen and quickly spread. Fire crews say luckily the home did have working smoke detectors. A 57-year-old man from Vacaville was arrested and booked on attempted murder charges in connection to a shooting in Fairfield. The shooting happened back on Thursday on the 800 block of Delaware Street. The suspect was caught on video, and police were able to arrest him on Friday. At least 23 people were killed and dozens of others were injured after a tornado left a 100-mile wake of damage throughout Mississippi. A state of emergency is now in place for all counties hit by the storm, and President Biden put out a statement praying for the victims and committing to help them rebuild. Teachers in Los Angeles have reached a deal with the district, effectively ending their strike. The deal includes retroactive raises for teachers back to 2021, a $1,000 bonus for any teacher who worked through the pandemic, and set the district's minimum wage at $22.52 an hour. 2 people were killed and 8 others were sent to the hospital after an explosion at a chocolate factory in Pennsylvania. Officials don't know the cause of the explosion. 5 others are still missing. Russian President Vladimir Putin announced that he will move nuclear weapons to neighboring Belarus. He says it's in response to President Biden sending armor-piercing rounds to Ukraine. Putin also says Russia will stay in control of the weapons once they're in Belarus. There have been 4 attacks on U.S. bases in Syria in the last 2 days, all of those carried out by rockets or drones. The U.S. striking back with F-15s, destroying 2 Iranian-backed training and weapons depots in Syria. Forces on the ground say this has become a regular occurrence with more than 80 attacks on U.S. bases since the start of 2021. California could become the first state to ban several chemicals used in popular candy like Skittles and M&Ms. A new bill is going after red dye number 3, saying it's been linked to certain kinds of cancer and child health concerns. A Petal Connection held their Art in Bloom event tonight. That's where artists can donate pieces to be recreated by florists. The art and the flowers were then auctioned off to support the Petal Connection, a nonprofit that focuses on giving seniors and people in hospice care bouquets to have in their rooms. And that's a look at your top 10 headlines in just 2 minutes.